Үлкен істер әр қадамы жаңа жетістікке жетелейтін марафон. Біз осы жолды сіздермен бірге 10 жылдан бері жүріп келеміз. Тимур Құлыбаевтың халық қайырымдылық қоры.
Центр кредит банкымен сіз қарапайым және заманауи шешімдердің ортасындасыз. Нық сеніммен жаңа мүмкіндіктер ашып, тексерілген сапаға сеніңіз. BCC-KZ мүмкіндіктерді кеңейтіңіз.
Games of the future.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here at beautiful Kepada Arena at the Game of the Future 2026. My name is Ilyas. I'm joined here with Haiti here. We're meanwhile watching a beautiful virtual world of Astana. So welcome to the final day of the tournament.
I mean, we are really excited. This is the day that we all have been waiting for the last couple of days, because now, today, we're going to find out who's going to take that trophy and the cash prize, which is very attractive. I mean, we saw the breakdown. And also, which is cool that all the 4 teams actually get paid today. That's really cool. All the 4 teams that are playing today, they are walking away with something for sure. But everybody has got their eyes on. I mean, one of the 2 teams, SRG, I mean, the Bigatron and Onyx has got eyes on the trophy plus the winning prize. But everyone's getting something today, right? That's a cool.
That definitely is. And while we're flying here, I would like to mention to you that everybody who have participated here at the Game of the Future are getting with something, are not left behind. They'll get some cash prize, and because of that, we would like to appreciate our beloved sponsor, Freedom Bank. Thank you very much for hosting and supporting this event and being general partner for MLBB here, MOBA Mobile. We appreciate you so much. Without you, this all beautiful event wouldn't be possible.
That's so true. I mean, before we jump into the game, pretty soon, let's just take a step back and look at the Phygital Games, because literally this is the last day for the whole Phygital Games of the Future 2026 here in Astana. I mean, what a beautiful city to talk about. This is one hell of a city, I would say. I mean, very futuristic. Everything, you've got everything, and perfect weather as well at the moment, right? We've been having a great time here in Astana. And of course, Phygital Games of the Future, the final day of this season. It's coming to an end, and we are slightly sad. Let's say final day once again. Welcome to Phygital Games of the Future and MLBB, the final day right here. My name is Heidi, and I've got my handsome co-host right there, Steel Borko, right there with me. And today is the day that we all have been waiting for, the finals for MLBB, and we'll be seeing 2 matches today, and God knows how many games, how many maps they're gonna go, because we have a best of 3 going for this for the 3rd place, and of course the finals, the grand finals, going for a best of 5. That's gonna be one battle to watch between Onyx and Bigatron by Vitality, and I mean, this is what we've been waiting for so far.
Yeah, and not only about that, we're also going to play 3rd place.
Yes.
So as in traditional sports, we'll be having on the 3rd place, it is going to be Selangor Red Giants against the Aurora Gaming. Yes, Aurora just lost in the very tilting match, I would say, because it was relatively close. They were up on 1-0 against Bigatron by Vitality, but nonetheless, Bigatron Vitality is here for the reason, and they'll be participating a little bit later. We'll be focusing more on Team SRG against Team Aurora Gaming.
Of course, I mean, we're going to start with SRG and Aurora Gaming pretty soon, and then we move to the grand finals, which we are keeping for the last, of course, to get that excitement running with everyone, with Onyx versus Bigatron by Vitality. I mean, everybody here in the arena, everybody's pumped up. I mean, I could see Steelwalker coming very excited today. I mean, all the energy up all over the place. So this is going to be interesting to watch. We have up next SRG versus Aurora. If you look at the performances yesterday in the semifinals, everybody actually put up a really good fight. We had SRG facing Onyx yesterday, which they unfortunately had to lose, but they still got a chance for grabbing that third place today. We only went 2 maps yesterday with SRG and Onyx, and I mean, both of the maps, Onyx took it. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean SRG is bad. I mean, they really put up a fight yesterday. The scores were, I mean, for the first game we had, for the first map, we had 7-14 kills, and where Onyx took the 14, of course, and also 9-20 yesterday for the second game, I mean, second map, and that was the end of yesterday's best of 3 for SRG. So, but again, it's a good thing they got one more chance today.
Definitely is. Like you were saying, there is no bad teams. There are only good teams. That's why they're participating here at the Game of the Future here at 2026 here in Astana. I would like to mention to you guys that Team SRG versus Aurora Gaming, they actually met each other at the group stage, and SRG won them 2-0, actually, surprisingly. And before that, let's get back to our history of the Game of the Future. Let's take a look at the beautiful video.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Games of the Future 2026 here in Astana. For the next several days, Astana will host one of the most exciting sporting events of the year. But this isn't a regular sports tournament. The Games of the Future bring together the best of both worlds, traditional sports and cyber sports, in a unique format called Phygital, which combines physical and digital competition. In Phygital sports, athletes have to perform both on the screen and on the field. They need fast reactions, smart decision-making, teamwork, and physical fitness. Winning here takes much more than mastering just one side of the game. This year, the tournament welcomes more than 800 athletes from more than 50 countries, competing across 8 different disciplines. Players, coaches, fans, and technology brands have all come together in Astana to be part of this global event. The competition is fierce, with a prize pool of over $4 million. But the Games of the Future are about more than just winning. They show how sport is changing and how technology is creating new ways to compete. The event has already attracted a huge global audience. The tournaments are watched by hundreds of millions of people, most of them between the ages of 18 and 34. A younger generation who are invested in both sports and digital competitions. It's clear that phygital sports are becoming one of the fastest growing trends in the world of competition. Over the next few days, we'll take you behind the scenes, meet the athletes, hear their stories, and find out what it takes to succeed in this one-of-a-kind tournament. From quick interviews and fun challenges to exciting matches, we'll show you everything happening at the Games of the Future. So stay with us as we explore the future of sport, right here in Astana. Let's get started.
That was a beautiful video about Games of the Future, the history, and of course what's been happening for the Games of the Future this year as well. I mean, something really cool that they mentioned is we got more than 800 athletes, I mean, competing. We are talking about being a part and competing in the tournaments and in all the disciplines, which we got 8 disciplines for Games of the Future this year. Plus, I mean, the athletes are from more than 50 countries. I mean, this is truly huge, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's also a very international place, and just fortunate to be here. As you guys were seeing on the video, just quick reminder, Phygital sports. What is Phygital sports? It's about a little bit about the sports and about the actual digital. But before that, let's take a look at one more thing that we'd like to share to you guys.
The Phygital Virtual, you can watch all the games right there up on our official website, phygital-plus.com. Make sure you watch, because today is literally the last day where you can watch Phygital Games of the Future for 2026. So we tell you, do not miss this, because today is an action-packed day everywhere. All the discipline that remains, we got the finals, grand finals running today. So one good day to watch this on the website. Check out phygital-plus.com to watch all that. But getting back to where we were, like SRG versus Aurora coming up next. And let's take a look at the players. I mean, for SRG, we've got Cram, Uni, Stormy, Yums, and Innocent. I'm really looking forward if the Innocent and Yums are going to go with that power combo, which they actually went 2 days ago with the Harley and Melissa, yet to see. But we got the brackets up on the screen. Finally, we are at the end.
Definitely we're at the end here, and as we can see, Aurora, they managed through winning Falcons, but they lost to Bigatron by Vitality. However, the Aurora Gaming, like we got Pagu here twice, I believe, at the here in the panel desk. He was mentioning us that they came here to beat Onyx at 3-0. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but they will be playing for the third place. And would like to also remind you guys about our website. That will be shown down below, astana2026.gofuture.games. You guys can take a look to make sure to not miss any announcements, any feedbacks, any information that is related to our games of the future.
Of course, and let's also take a look at Aurora, who competed yesterday. We got all the 4 teams competing yesterday, so we have all the same 4 teams competing today as well. But let's not forget, make sure you manage your finances wisely, and that's where the Center Credit actually comes into effect. You got a QR code up on the screen. Make sure you scan that, download the Center Credit online banking app, and manage your finances easily with Center Credit. Huge shout out to the partner Center Credit for that. Back again with Aurora Gaming. I mean, the team is huge as well. I mean, we got Rosa, we got Pagu, TNZ, one of the best players we have seen in the team so far with a consistent performance, I would say, except for that one game yesterday where TNZ went a bit, But other than that, he's been going strong. And then we got Sigibom, who actually grabbed 2 or 3 MVPs in the last 3 days. And then Lunar, of course, competing and contributing to the whole team as well. I mean, they had competed against Bigatron yesterday. Bigatron's going to be the grand finals today, but against Bigatron, there was 11-4. They went through 3 maps, right? And it's going to be interesting to see how many maps they're going to go today. But before we move on, huge shout out to Sven, because something cool that they're doing. They're gifting their high quality audio equipments to all the finalists for every discipline that's happening in Games of the Future 2026. Huge shout out to them, because that's so cool what they're doing, right?
Yeah, definitely. They're giving, as Heidi just now was explaining, they give premium audios, and thank you very much, Sven, for doing that. Let's get back to the Selangor Red Giants. Here we see Innocent, Yum, Stormy, Uni, Cram, as you were pointing it out earlier. Yeah. About Aurora Gaming, though. Like Aurora, here we go. Sigibom, Pagu, Rosa, TNZ, and Lunar. The team itself, it's actually doing very well. I mean, playing consistent. It didn't work out for them. They've been losing, and they were having tight games overall, and just overall it was a little bit challenging. Yeah. Hopefully they're not tilted from yesterday's series, and they will be playing for their fullest here at Jack to Jack Arena. We're hearing now teams are getting ready, players are getting ready, the fans are even getting ready, guys. I hope you're guys getting ready as well, and we'd like to pass our words to our beloved casters, Wolf and Naiso, in any time soon from now. Meanwhile, you have any final words before
I mean, I'm really excited. The first map of this day, I mean, the day that everything is getting decided. So we will see how it goes. Over to the casters, Wolf and Naiso.
Harmony between worlds rests on a fragile balance. Legends of the Great Step tell of the sun-headed man who helped maintaining the connection between the worlds for centuries. But sometimes, the very nature of existence disrupts the natural order of things. When the ancient power left the sun-headed man, the balance shifted.
Attention. Massive energy surge detected.
The energy within the sun-headed man's artifact has awakened.
So, the Chosen Ones are already there?
Newbies without a guide. Then it's time to meet them. Someone's got to get them up to speed.
Look what my robot can do.
Not now. I'm playing.
In search of those destined to restore the lost harmony, the energy split into 3 parts.
Hey, I'm one of the guardians of balance between the worlds. When the ancient power awakened in Kazakhstan, it chose you. You're the ones who can restore the sun-headed man's power and bring the worlds back into harmony. Guess even ancient powers can surprise you. Looks like the squad's finally complete. But until the sun-headed man is fully charged, the 2 worlds will keep drifting apart. So no pressure, but we're counting on you.
And so began the story of the new heroes. Ahead of them lay the greatest challenge of all, the games of the future in Astana.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last and final day of Games of the Future 2026 happening in Astana, there in Kazakhstan. Of course, if you guys are joining us, we are coming at you live online. It's me, Naisu, and Wolf to bring you the action today throughout this final day. We got a match for thirds here, and then we've got the grand finals to follow after this. So first, we're gonna have to focus up on this, and you know, there is things at stake here, Wolf, and the biggest thing that we can talk about is obviously the prize pool. It's absolutely massive, 900,000, almost $1 million across this. And between the third and fourth place, just if people are curious, it's about 40-ish plus $1,000 difference. That's quite a bit of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money that teams are going to be playing for. And that's the reason why you should really take this seriously. I personally don't like the fact that there are third place matches, but if there's like millions of pesos in between them, now you're thinking, okay, yeah, we really have to play this one out. At the same time, I think that we're slowly getting used to this kind of tournaments. The first time that the third place match was held outside of a federation tournament, we were like questioning it. But now that we've seen it many times, I think it's just natural. And the reason why that is because we want to still see our semi-finalists. Like Aurora Gaming, for example, I would hate to not see them play again. And that's also true for SRG. They made a lot of fans around the world. We know that they can actually get into the finals and beat their opponents, but here they are fighting for the glory of third place. It still is going to be a very interesting match.
Yeah, I think that was a nail biter that we had yesterday in the matchup against with Aurora Gaming and Bigatron by Vitality to see who was going to make it to the grand final. Honestly, you know, it was a 3-game series after the sweep between Onyx and SRG, and you know, it was a great one because at game 3, it was nearly 20 minutes. But I think the most interesting thing in the stuff that I heard and saw online after that was the picks, man. And shortly we'll be here in the draft because we're talking about the Matilda and Ixia pick coming through, and then of all people, of all heroes, a Mia ends up going in the hands of Emon for Bigatron by Vitality to work. So, you know, I remember someone posting this, Wolf, and just saying, what even is the meta right now?
Well, it's about, I guess my quick answer to that, and that was proven by the lineup that was brought by Bigatron yesterday, and in combination with what Onyx has been doing, as well as what Team Spirit has been doing as of late, is to win your matchups, right? I think that's, if there's anything that you want to take away from the meta, and if you want to just understand it easier right now, just win your matchups in the laning stage, and you're gonna be fine. And if you can't win, for example, your gold versus gold matchup is not gonna win, what you have to do is just pick a hero in the middle that will win that lane, and then your roamer can now get into the gold lane. It's like you compensate in other parts of the draft. That's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say. So, I said so many things, but all I'm trying to say is that you just have to win your laning matchups. That's the meta, basically. Because if you win your lane matchups, it means you win the early game.
Yeah, but who would have thought, you know? Who would have thought that matchup in the gold lane would have been an Ixia and a Mia? I mean, even when Leo and I were going through that draft, we weren't, that was not on our list, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I don't think it was on a lot of people's lists. But I know people were rejoicing that the fact that even Mia gets a win might be promising for some people, not just the Mia mains out there, but also just, again, the people that like to kind of go outside the norm or outside the meta that, you know, we're used to seeing. Because I would say we've already kind of got that standard going where it's like, you know, there's already going to be that trade for the Barretts, the Belrug probably, the Atlas if it's not banned out, Nolan and Hirata in the jungle, Melissa's the topmost picked hero right now. So when it is something different that goes against the norm, I'm all for it. As someone who likes to go against the meta and who, you know, played one hero before he actually was meta, which was Gord. Yeah, I was happy to see it too.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think with the Mia or heroes like this, like Mia, right? It's hard to justify them from a normal person's perspective. But I guess if you played the gold lane so much and you obviously have grinded it out in the Land of Dawn and in-game and through your scrims, through the actual tournaments, your understanding of the game is, you know, it exceeds what normal people could understand. And that's probably, this is my guess, this is the reason why Eman, when asked why he picked the Mia, is that he looked at the heroes and he feels like it fits. Like, what the hell kind of explanation that is. But if you dig deeper, I think what he's trying to say is that my knowledge tells me that having the Mia without any kind of threat to the Mia is gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think what made it work though too was the fact that, you know, you eventually had that Rafaela. The Rafaela is a really big game changer, just because of the fact that you get that revive, you know. And we saw a lot of the fights going through in that game 3 where Aurora Gaming would get one of the members down, a Bigatron by Vitality, but then because of the revive, like, you know, they're back to full fighting form quickly. And that was one of the things that we've seen now for different teams that have drafted in that Rafaela, and now you see the trades happening between like a Matilda, even for example, Matilda, Rafaela. And I don't know how much of that is going to be different here in this third place match, but the bans already look pretty standard from what we've seen. It is going to be the Atlas going out, Paquito there, Freya, pretty much a red side staple. And I think the main question is, do you go ahead and just grab the Herrera for Uni? I think that's one of the main things they'll be contending, or trading it out for the Barretts.
Yeah. Barretts, I believe I was able to talk to some of the players, and they feel the same way as I feel like. Of course, you pick up Melissa, Hirara. Those are the biggest, I would say, heroes of the patch. But it definitely is Barretts that will take #1 place when it comes to like what is the most OP hero, and because of how much impact there could be with this hero with the Barretts. A lot of players feel confident that it is indeed the strongest hero we have in our meta game right now. We're about to see it, if it will be picked up again. Aurora Gaming, they like playing the Eudora, but they also like to play Tienzi's hero, like maybe Rosa's hero, third pick, or even into that more later into the draft. Okay, is this Barretts or Hirara? I think
they're gonna go Hirara, man. I think they're gonna go Hirara. I wonder what the audience is more a fan of. Are they Aurora Gaming fans or are they SRG fans? Because yesterday everybody in the audience had their, the signs on their phones and everything else, and it was good to see. I know there's a lot of Onyx fans waiting to see if Onyx can be a repeat champion here, but as we wait for this next pickup for SRG, that'll tell us what's going to be traded out. Is it the Barretts? Hirara can work. Both are good, and both kind of start your composition off great, especially on blue side, and it's going to be neither, man. It's the Melissa, the other hero that has been rising once again in priority, although it's been picked the most. But is this worth the trade? You give the Barretts over, and probably, I don't know, what, the Belric? Hirara? Belric?
Yeah. Both can work. Both are good, but I think they will go Hirara because they want to reach this Melissa. And Tienzi with any kind of hero is already really good. And if you give him an OP hero, he's gonna make it work for sure. Especially with the help of the Barretts as well. If you add those two factors, then it's a no-brainer to pick up the Hirara this time for Aurora Gaming. Oh, SRG. I think the next thing you'll do is get maybe Nolan and then get the Uranus, I feel like, is
that's
the
what I was
better
thinking.
option here. Yeah.
Just grab the Uranus. I almost half expected. I guess that's why they decided to go ahead and trade. It was like, we'll take the Melissa because there definitely could have been a trade instead where Aurora Gaming picked up a Uranus, because that seems to be more of an answer when the Melissa is there. They like to go ahead and build in that, pick up that XP lane for the Uranus pick. But Barretts, like you mentioned, probably the most impactful, I would say, hero right now. Whoa, it's going to be a Fanny instead for Uni. But like you mentioned, instead of the Nolan, it's Fanny, and then the Uranus goes over. It makes sense. But yeah, do you think the Fanny is that a good pick for Uni right now?
Yeah, all things considered, yes. My brain defaulted into thinking that Fanny was automatically banned, but it isn't. And that meant that this time for SRG, they're going to get a strong hero in a way that it can make a lot of outplays. It's like, it's a strong hero when used properly is what I'm trying to say, right? So, still not the easiest to pilot. Aurora Gaming, though, a great response is the Matilda. Typically, when you're facing against the Fanny, you would look for any kind of lockdown, right? But some teams have realized that we don't really need a lot of stuns against the Fanny. If we can sustain ourselves, then it also works against the Fanny, because all of a sudden you're not controlling the Fanny, but the Fanny is not taking down anyone. So you're gonna be safe. So yeah, I do understand why this is the solution now for Aurora Gaming.
I mean, when the Fanny was popped up one time, we saw the Kufra be the choice to deal with it, but I think the Matilda obviously just works better with this, especially when you have a Barrett's already there and just already a mobile enough hero in the Herrera that, you know, if you have a guiding wind, then that's great. Good ban here because I expected Rafaela to be picked up by SRG if it was let free, because that seems to be also the typical response, right? There's a Matilda over here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Rafaela. We had this whole debate yesterday, or I shouldn't say debate. We had a discussion, man. You know, it was about the utility provided by the Rafaela, like how she can speed up her whole team in comparison to where like Matilda, you basically can guiding wind one person. You know what I mean? So it's like we kind of saw that in action a lot. Where now this Rafaela, I think, is going to be the immediate answer to a Matilda. So gold lane ban coming out, that Moskov. Now we have to question what is going the gold lane. We got a whole... Hey, they're going opposite of each other. The sweeps, one for Aurora, one for SRG.
Beside each other as well. I think they've been watching ever since, right? I think I kind of recognize that. They probably have watched since day one, so that's pretty cool. For Aurora, you're gonna be looking. Okay, they immediately go Brody. Good answer to the Melissa, and also good answer to the Fanny. So I think this checks both boxes. Another option might be the Moscow, which I would have said. However, it is gonna struggle against the early comp of SRG. So the Brody makes total sense here. You now have to look for your burst from your mage if you're SRG. So I wonder if this is like Novaria plus a stun. Maybe Novaria and Cho, maybe?
Novaria Cho.
Yeah.
Novaria has also just kind of risen ever since her little buff that she's gotten recently. The Cho has been banned out quite a bit, though. So now that it's open, we'll see if that goes in the hands of Yums. Would work. You can also scout out if you do grab that Novaria with that Astral. Whoa, okay. No Astral Echo. It's going to be a diversion with this Louis Yi. And then the Minotaur. Wow. So they got two tanky dudes.
Yep, they get the condition that they need. Two tanky dudes with the Melissa. I am partial about this Louis because it is easy to dive with the Matilda and with the Hirara. And it does not necessarily solve the Brody problem, but it solves the Barrett's problem, because now if you're fronting so much with the Barretts, you allow for the Louis to just dish out damage from the backside with the duality
procs,
duality procs through the dispersion. And the Eudora is just a good way to clean this up. Aurora Gaming, they have drafted a very standard draft, I feel like. Very safe, very strong in the metagame. Whereas SRG, this global lineup that they have, it does have a lot of potential to go with it. I'm just scared that this might be such a greedy lineup for SRG. Greedy in a way that it needs a lot of farm.
Well, some final words here from the coaches, of course. Coach Midnight, Coach Arcadia on the opposite ends here with the teams. I would definitely say it's one of those cases, man, where I am also questioning what is the meta, because with what SRG brought to the table, it's very just specific to them. And I think the play style they want to take to a game one, and I'm all for it. Again, I like that there is some of this flavor being thrown around with our current drafts, with our pickings, and I'm all for it. But let's see if that kind of uniqueness ends up working against, yes, a more standard lineup that we've seen before, especially from Aurora Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into the Land of Dawn here. It's game one of our third place deciding match between Selangor Red Giants and Aurora Gaming. Well, let's take a quick look at the emblems.
I would say pretty standard. They're not seeing anything so different in here. Inspire and Wilderness Blessing for Stormies are pretty standard. And
wow.
Yep, nothing really out of the ordinary for both teams.
Some really good dodges there from Rosa, by the way. You know, a little sidestep here and there. Able to go ahead and poke down. Again, the Eudora has also, it's so funny how Eudora was just picked and picked and picked until she kind of slowly fell down, you know? And like you mentioned, that Eudora, whoa, there is burst on Uni.
Oh, so much damage out there.
Did he just show up there and like want to fight Tienzi, or?
I don't know. Frankly, Naisu, I lagged a little bit. It was blurred from his. I didn't see the start of it at the end of it. But here they want to contest this purple buff take. That's just Pagu. And that's going to be enough for SRG. They will actually use Cram to zone out Pagu, dropping the Matilda down to 50% HP. But that's a Matilda, so topping up once again is not going to be a problem.
You know what? We'll just say that happened to Uni too. You know, just leave it at that. But yeah, that's an early death you don't want to take, especially on a Fanny. Again, most of the times when the Fannies are brought up, we know that if you struggle early on or you get behind, you kind of default into this. Instead of looking for kills, it's like you're pushing the map elsewhere. Looks like he might try to make an attempt on TNZ now.
I do want to dive TNZ. Oh, so much damage coming from Uni. Oh. And then dodges Lunar too. Lunar could not go for any sort of exchange, and Aurora Gaming just snoozed for a little bit. They already lost one of their heroes up top. That's TNZ down for the count. Turtle being started by SRG right now. Uni back in action to collect it. That's how fast the Fanny can travel around the map. 3-man stun coming out from Aurora Gaming. Not from Rosa, but SRG will be safe. They get out there.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. You know, Uni getting revenge there, able to go ahead and take out TNZ. That's fine. Innocent now. Oh, Innocent, you're in trouble.
Innocent is in trouble. Go away, already used, but the damage from Rosa is too much. Innocent actually keeps himself alive. The heal coming up from him is enough. Minoan Fury will not hit, but the secondary stun will. In comes Uni once again, but TNZ is not the best target now for SRG. And if I'm seeing this correctly, I can see that TNZ actually has a lot more EXP compared to the Fanny. I'm so sure. I'll have to look at that later. So it kind of means that TNZ is not too far away from SRG even after the death up top.
Yeah, I can't believe no one died in that fight. It was a great use of the ultimate from the Melissa there. Innocent dropping down the go away from me. Knew that they had a diversion. This is one of the things we saw in the past couple days here for Games of the Future, where the gold laners, if they're picking these kind of traditional marksmen, let's say even aside from the Melissa, right, because she's got that ultimate, but before she has the ultimate, you see so much pressure put into that lane to try to like convert a kill early on, delay them as much as possible. This is even what happened to Emon last night. But then eventually, you know, if you have a diversion to bring the team there quickly, all the better. And this is also why we saw, I believe, the Luyi banned out a couple times too, because teams just didn't want to give that to the opponent.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that will always be a problem, right, no matter what, because you're always like looking over your shoulders, technically speaking. Here, for the side of SRG, they really have to control this Lord, this upcoming turtle, because you don't want to give a lot more mileage for Aurora Gaming. To be fair, Aurora Gaming are positioning themselves well. Look at how fast the Barretts can move with the Matilda. From top now to mid now, going to be the turtle. They saw Cram. TNZ pokes the turtle this time. Pagu scouts them out. It's a slow take. In comes the Melissa into the fray. Want to go for Cram this time, committing some of their spells and abilities, but not much commitment. Muddles defend of Aurora for a little bit. They go the patience coming up from Aurora. They do get the retribution, but the kill coming up from the Melissa. Oh, the circling eagle is not that on point, as Yumis is very tanky. Two tanky dudes protecting this Melissa, allowing for Melissa to get a kill in exchange for the turtle.
Okay, TNZ is going to get out of there. That was a turtle that they had to fight for. Just couldn't find the opening. And yeah, I would say, you know, this is kind of the case. Whoa, hold on.
Hold on,
Rosa?
they still want to go for more. Rosa will be able to get out. Pagu's just so good with the Matilda, man.
That's what Matilda does. You think a fight is about to break out, and it's just, you know, it's a feint. It's not actually going to happen just because they can just disengage, guiding wind on out. Nice stun there, but this is Cram on the Uranus. He'll tank that up. Oh,
they do go for the play up top. Uni's down. Just like that. Very simple for SRG to be able, for Aurora Gaming to be able to take out the Fanny. And it seems like, yeah, Lunar is enough, and they get more as Yums is taken out. They're not respecting the damage of Aurora Gaming.
Hey, man, every single time I see a Brody tear apart some memories, you gotta walk away from it, you know? Like, it's the cool way to do it. Stormy's gonna be in trouble. Oh, Circling Eagle.
Circling Eagle, they go in. me enough for now, but that is just for them to shoo away the members of SRG as they were taking the objective anyways. Great take coming out from Aurora Gaming. Will be able to push into the bottom lane. And in the middle, they put their they place their influence once again in here.
Cool.
Oh, look at this! They're just farming up top. The Brody with the Matilda again. Oh my goodness! There's so much that Paga is doing.
You can just rotate as quickly as you need to. I mean, I guess in a way for SRG, at least you're on flying clouds. A lot of these deaths early on, you know, you'll be back up, you just join the fight, but I think they're getting to this point where they're falling behind. Daytona's welcome.
Daytona's welcome for the entry, but the counter from the backline, Snow Stuns, Yumes is out. And the problem they have with this Uranus is that although it's very tanky, it doesn't really threaten for any stun, so there's no stoppage from SRG. They still want to take this turtle fight. Torn apart memory hurts. In comes Uni and wants to take out Pagu, but Pagu, that's not a good target. It's the Matilda. In fact, Aurora Gaming are returning in kind. They do take the turtle and they actually fend off Uni. The Aurora Gaming siege top position is now online. 5-man unit in the middle. KERANA with a dodge. And they will also escape the Minoan Fury. And there's a 4-man stun coming out from Sigibu. More electrifying damage coming out from both this Eudora as well as this Brody. The double electric composition coming out from Aurora Gaming. It's too much to handle.
Is that what Brody has? Does he have electricity in those marks?
I think so.
You know, he's got the, I don't know what it is, arcane energy or whatever it is, but it definitely hurts. And that's a kill that's easy to get for them. Off the stun, the lightning ball stun.
Lunar man. Again. They do have the damage. Flicker committed. That's going to be enough. Lunar bid his time down the bottom lane. Understood where the Fanny could be. Game sense as well as game IQ from Lunar is top of the line for sure.
That's why I said, man, you can't give Lunar the Barretts. Oh, he's going to take some damage here, though, but he's got enough shields and he can just Guiding Wind out of this, but I think it's a bait. They're going to force the Flicker anyway. There's a heal from Yumes, but look at this. Lunar just knows. He's so safe to be able to just say, I can play at less than half health. I can just fly. Like, I can evolve whatever this dinosaur is, I can then get wings because I have a Matilda in the hands of Pagu.
I just like how Aurora Gaming are so good with it. And most especially the way they're utilizing the Matilda. It allows for the Barretts to get into the fight, the Brody to get into the farm. And whenever they press the attack, you know that they can be aggressive because there will be the Matilda to heal them up anyways. So they're always incentivized to make an aggressive play against SRG. And not only are they doing that, they're also making the right moves. They're reading the map like crazy. And now Uni wants to poke TNZ. Look at that. All the damage that Uni was able to deal, it's the Matilda with just one skill 2. And they're topped up.
Okay. Topped up. Lord is up. Aurora Gaming's got control of it. As you can see, this is what I was saying with the problem with Fanny, man. If you get behind like this, you default to just being in the opposite lane to get some push, because that's all about you can do. So Lord is secured. Aurora Gaming gets that secure. They're going to be looking for another kill. You're not going to be able to survive this as Cram tries to get away. He does pop the Consecrate, but TNZ will pick up that one, and they're going to take this tier 2 turret down as well.
Amazing siege coming out from Aurora Gaming. SRG seems like they can't do anything right now. Holy Shields to be popped with just 1 minion up top. So good setup coming out from Aurora Gaming. And they will try to push TNC going into the backlines just to poke, just to force some reactions. Reactions are there coming out from SRG as Innocent dips himself into that fight. They do defend and they will only lose about 30% HP on their turret up top. But Aurora Gaming are relentless. They want to try in the middle because they do have the Lord. TNZ, look at that. How brave TNZ is. Forcing reactions again from SRG. No more Holy Shields. Out of the backlines, no. Great initiation from Innocent. Catching the Brody. They take out one. That's an immediate takedown. SRG finding the Brody. The heals coming up from Pagu wasn't enough. And it will be Innocent to collect the kill. All the while that's happening, Uni is going to be there. Look at this, the diversion play. I really want to find out how they took out the Brody, but I guess it's just a duality stack. And for some reason, they take out one kill. Uni, now Lunar in trouble. Overstaying in front of SRG. Cram pops the recalls, but you gotta be careful. TNZ on the backlines. Yums receives the damage. Damage from Melissa, though. They're returning in kind, SRG. TNZ still wants to fight.
No
In comes
way.
Pagu with the Circling Eagle. They stun Stormy, but there's no follow-up just yet. They're quite slow. They want to go for another kill. They eventually take out Yums with the damage coming out from TNC. 3 versus 3. But the damage of Nobar memory poking them down. TNC wants to collect the kill, but he won't be able to do so. Cram overstayed, and now he's able to with a Sky Piercer. Skiggy Boom is gonna take the turn. And they want to go for more up top, and they're not stopping. Nice to Aurora Gaming. He's way too good at it.
Wolf, the fight started in the base, it went down to the mid lane, and then ended in the base of SRG. And that was probably one of the longest continued fights we've seen in MLBB. I mean, my goodness, is that, again, the power of the Matilda, and also we got to throw in some Flying Clouds there too, right? Give it up to the Flying Clouds to bring everybody back into the fight that quick. But it all resulted into some base turrets going down for SRG. I still have to commend what they were able to do, how they found Siggy Boom and actually were able to defend in the base and try to turn the tide. That might have been the best opportunity that they had to make something happen. Unfortunately, it didn't, but they did start to get at least a little bit of gold in their pockets. Now, Innocent picks up a major defensive item, gets the Wind of Nature at least, and what we're seeing here is Aurora Gaming is weaving around TNZ. TNZ has these stacks here, and they just kind of whittle down the members of the SRG and then want him to go ahead and finish it up with that stack, that Sky Piercer that he has. So Siggy Boom's going to go ahead and start up this Lord. It spawns in. I'm wondering, the Selengar Red Giants actually want to contest this?
Well, Stout keep getting taken out by Aurora Gaming quickly. Already utilizing the models this time. No ultimate commitment just yet. Luna wants to go in. TNZ is here. They want to poke Crab. And not even poke. They're threatening for a lethal. Now up against her. The no Luna goes in. But the damage coming up from Rosa. Go away. Stopping 2. It's not going to be enough. The Hirara will be able to get the kill. TNZ onto the backline. Still, they're finding dead for now. Does pop the immortality with Uri going in. Damage coming out from Stormy will not be enough as they get away from danger zone, and the kill onto Innocent is enough for Aurora Gaming to retreat and get to the Lord this time.
So they retreat. That was really good juggling happening there. Uni was able to go ahead and at least get TNZ low enough, but he bought the immortality. That procced. He was able to get it out with a Guiding Wind. Then he picked up a Winter Crown too. He hasn't used the Winter Crown, so he still has that, and he maintains that Sky Piercer that he has. But there is starting to show that it's getting a little bit harder to just kind of force into these fights. They have to rely on Lunar to get the Daytona's welcome or the stuns from Rosa, and that's one of the major things. Now that they've got the Lord, though, and there's only one base turret for SRG, this is going to be another case of, can they pull off this defense? Can they make something happen? Whoa, Cram!
Wow, is not gonna survive. The Sky Piercer from TNZ makes quick work now. They will use the Daytona's welcome for another tank hero. That's Humes, will not survive long. Siggy Boom feels confident. The Tournament memory is gonna be enough because there are no tank heroes anymore for SRG. They're not taking the base, and Innocent with it. They want to go for a clean wipe, but it won't matter. Game 1 goes for Aurora Gaming.
What a clinic put on by Aurora Gaming, and especially TNZ here with the Hirara. Again, 10 kills, I think, and it looks like, you know, they're happy about it. Rosa checking the eye there. You know, I think they were celebrating really good about that one because, man, was that a great game 1 in this best of 3. Again, it's a best of 3 for this 3rd place match. Aurora Gaming gets the first one. We're going to throw it to a break before we go to the studio.
And what a first game here today for the Grand Finals day, but we are here finding the third place at MLBB Championship. But we had just had the game and then Aurora Gaming took it. I mean, what a performance by TNZ and Sigibom. Really nice one.
Yeah, I mean, what a game from Aurora Gaming overall in general. I mean, they yesterday I was thinking today that they might be a little bit tilted because they were losing yesterday heavily when they were winning. But you know what? Who's winning? Winning our partner, because Freedom. Thank you very much for making this beautiful tournament happen and sponsoring MLBB tournament here in beautiful Kazakhstan and the beautiful game of the future here in Astana. We'd like to appreciate you so much, so that you're just being nice, and thank you very much for that. Back to the thing. So what I was saying earlier, I was saying that I personally thought that Aurora could be tilted from the factor that they lost to go to the grand finals. However, we see completely different result. I mean, they looked strong and they played phenomenally, and I just appreciate Aurora for stepping up today and actually doing their best and showing their, I mean, why they're professionals, you know what I mean? Not being emotional and just giving their best here at beautiful stage of at the Kepada Arena.
I mean, we got the highlights up on the screen now. This is how the game started. I mean, they had really good picks during the draft phase. I mean, TNZ with Hirara, which actually did great yesterday by Makairi from Onyx. So great performance by TNZ, back at it again. He just backed out yesterday for one game, but today he's back again with the performance. I think kind of Aurora kind of had the map for themselves. To be honest, from the start. Great start by Aurora Gaming here, and by 11th minute they already had 6 kills lead, and of course a good difference in the gold as well, around 5k difference advantage when it comes to gold for Aurora Gaming. Great performance, I should say, Sigibom as well with the Brody. Good play. I mean, towards the end when they took the Uni, that was a good pick right there. I mean, towards the end they just marched right into the base of Selangor Red Giants, took it away. A good play. I mean, this leaves them 1 in lead when it comes to the overall score for the best of 3 now. If Selangor Red Giants really need to come back up, getting that third, they really need to step up for the next game that's coming up right after this one. You will see how the fights went down next to the base, and I think at this point it was pretty much sure that Aurora Gaming was going to get it.
It was a pure dominance from Aurora Gaming. Let's put it. Let's be real here. I would like to. You were saying Pigibom and TNZ. Don't get me wrong. The 2 players are phenomenal, but I would like to specify Rosa and Pagu. Pagu with 0 kills, 0 deaths, but 10 assists. In the other hand, with Rosa as well, 1 kill and I believe 9 assists or 7 assists, somewhere there. Also with the 0 deaths. I mean, they just played phenomenally in the game number 1 here. As you can see, TNZ with 10 kills. Yeah, like I said, Rosa with the 10 assists at the end of the game, and Pagu with 12 assists. I mean, just an incredible performance for everybody from the team of Aurora Gaming. That was clean. That was good. That was by the book, and it was really professional from them, because I personally thought it would be challenging, because Selangor Red Giants, I mean, just to remind you guys, they beat Aurora Gaming before here at the Game of the Future here at the Group A, I believe. Yeah, they did the 2-0. So, and Selangor Red Giants look promising in my opinion, but however, this game actually now surprised me personally, and it will be interesting if Selangor Red Giants have their strength through and they can come back in the game number 2 and after the game number 3. However, nonetheless, would like to appreciate Yandex Go for making our lives easier, making the fans' lives easier here at beautiful Astana. Make sure to download the app, get a cab, use the Yandex Taxi, and just amazing that we're and we're thanking you guys for making our lives easier here in beautiful Astana.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we saw during the draft phase, we saw Melissa was picked by Innocent again.
Right.
I mean, we were seeing. I was really hoping there was going to be that combo again, Melissa and
Harley.
Yeah, Harley. I mean, Yums love to pick Harley, but that didn't happen. But I mean, Melissa, that was a good pick.
I mean, congrats to Sigibum for doing that, and we'll be looking forward how it's going to be played out on game number 2.
Yeah.
Also, most surprising is if there are going to be any interesting drafts we see or we might see in the near future from the Selangor Red Giants, because I mean TNZ here nominated as MVP as always, an outstanding performance as always. I mean the TNZ now it's like default seeing him to make a lot of kills, you know what I mean? His performance was always at the top. That shows that it's so rare to see him underperforming, because you get to see him always outperforming and doing it so well. I mean, again, TNZ, great job here. Now really important thing is they got a game number 1. Can they finish it up? Because they were losing like that before in the yesterday and day after before. But before that, we'd like to show you guys a quick video about the teams. Let's take a look.
The Mobile Legends Bang Bang Tournament at the Games of the Future 2026 Astana has reached its final day. After several days of intense competition, only 4 teams remain. But they will now compete for 2 different prizes: the championship title and a place on the podium. The first match of the day will decide the bronze medal. Aurora Gaming will face Selangor Red Giants in the battle for 3rd place. For Aurora Gaming, this match is a chance to complete a remarkable comeback. Their tournament began with a defeat to Selangor Red Giants in the very first match. Since then, Aurora have responded with resilience, adapting to their opponents and securing a series of strong victories to reach the final stage. Selangor Red Giants, meanwhile, will look to build on their strong start to the tournament and finish their campaign with a place on the podium. Having already defeated Aurora earlier in the competition, they know exactly what their opponents are capable of. But this time, there will be no second chance. Then comes the main event, the grand final. Onyx will face Bigatron by Vitality with the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Championship title at stake. Both teams have fought their way through a demanding tournament and now stand just 1 series away from the trophy. At this stage, individual brilliance alone will not be enough. Every draft, rotation, team fight, and objective could determine the outcome. For Onyx and Bigatron by Vitality, this is the moment everything has been building toward. One final battle will decide who leaves Astana as the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Champions of the Games of the Future 2026. 4 teams remain. 2 matches are left. And by the end of the day, the podium will be complete, with a new champion crowned in Astana. Stay with us.
That was an interesting video about the finalists for today, which is going to be happening in a bit, but we still have to wait for the grand finals, right? We still got possibly two more maps, or we don't know. If Aurora managed to win the next one, there's only going to be that one single map which decides the 3rd place.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very strong and very bold if Aurora closes up with a 2-0 here. Heidi, I do apologize. I said Group A, but it's actually Group C. Yes, as we were seeing in the video, they were saying that they already meet each other in the first game of their matches, and Aurora lost 2-0 to the team of Selangor Red Giants here.
Interesting to see how the playing strategies and the games how unfold differently when we compare the past experiences, I mean the past performances as well. I mean and Pagu, I mean let's say Rosa and TNC actually played really well, as you said. Like Rosa came up with he went with Eudora. And Eudora and Hirara by TNZ both really played as a proper team. Like Rosa setting up for the kills and then TNZ finishing it off with the kills. I mean, TNZ ended up getting 10 kills in the last game. I mean, good performance by both of them.
Yeah, I mean, also I'd like to pinpoint on Rosa and Pagu. I mean, those duo, for me, they're considered to be support players. They, even though they roam and there's a little bit different terms in this discipline. For me, they did a lot of assists, let's put it that way. They didn't steal any kills. They got, like, TNZ got all the kills that matters. And the thing is, like, those kills were helped by those two players that always are stand behind and like stood behind, and we tend to forget about those because they're not notable. We get to see the heroes who are making more skills, but I would like to also, you know, shout out to Pago and Rosa for being just outstanding performance and making sure your team is getting those skills that are necessary, and TNZ getting this item that is necessary for his hero to make sure that you guys close the game properly. I mean, just incredible performance overall from the team of Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, like that was some proper teamwork by Aurora right there, which we saw in the last game. I mean, Sigiboy went going with, Sigibom going with Brody, and Pagu with Matilda, Rosa, of course, Eudora and Hirara by TNZ, and of course Lunas with the Barretts. I mean, great play by the whole team, to be honest. I mean, they went for, I believe, Hirara and Eudora. It's more like they are really good in isolating single targets, which they really played out well. And that comp was, when I saw the drafting, it was more like built for forcing fights. But I guess it's time to decide who's going to be taking the third place yet. So we're going to move to casters, Wolf and Niso. Take it away, gentlemen. It's game time.
Thank you so much, Ilyas and Heidi, once again for breaking things down there from game number one. It was an amazing game for Aurora Gaming, of course, and now they're very close. One more point to go ahead and win the third place match here against, again, a formidable opponent, Selangor Red Giants. I mean, I expect this to go to a game three, Wolf. Where can SRG adjust? I know we're going to say, you know, draft, but where in the draft can SRG change things up?
I guess they're giving away too much meta picks for Aurora Gaming. I feel like it's always criminal right now to give away both the Hirara as well as the Barretts together. And they traded for a Melissa, which is a good hero, but at the same time, between those three heroes, I think the Melissa will take the least priority. I think you still want to look at the Barretts as your priority hero, and you pair it up because it's the thing with Melissa. It needs other heroes to be effective. Whereas for both the Hirara as well as the Barretts, it actually allows for other heroes to be picked up, right? The Hirara is so flexible. You can easily pair it up with any kind of marksman. As you see, the Brody just walked in seamlessly with that. And that's also true with the Barretts. It allowed for the Brody to be confident, and you also have the Eudora, which, if you think about it, doesn't really care about anything in that game because she is surrounded by a lot of tanky heroes anyways. Yeah, those are my thoughts about what they could have improved on.
Let's see if they change it. They got first pick blue side here. Since they took out the Barretts, they're probably going for the Hirara themselves. In this case, I would assume, just because, you know, Uni on the Fanny, like I said, he wasn't really able to do too much around the map until eventually, like, they really had to dig down for them to potentially turn a game over, and it was just kind of too late because, yeah, like we saw, TNZ had the Hirara. He probably, you know, he was like nearly, or for the majority of the game, he was fully stacked on that Sky Piercer. And even if he wasn't fully stacked, he was still a threat just because of how they could kind of weave in and out of those fights. And that was what we were basically talking about with the Matilda, right? So if the Matilda isn't brought up here, I'm wondering if SRG would say, you know what, let's try to run it back. Let's go ahead and take the Matilda for ourselves and make it happen here.
Yep, I could see that happening because what do you answer with the Hirara? Usually you go for assassins, and assassins generally hate playing against a Matilda. Rafaela and the Belleric, though, that prevents it, actually. That prevents the Matilda. Well, you can still pick up the Matilda, but they already know. At least when the Matilda will be picked up, you do have your answers already. So, Aurora Gaming are drafting and responding really, really well against SRG's choices, first pick choices.
This is Aurora Gaming understanding that potential Matilda can change a lot of things, but they've got an answer for themselves because, again, like the Rafaela yesterday, that was played against them. Mind you, buying Big Tron by Vitality when they picked up the Matilda. That's the thing they had to keep dealing with. You know, this kind of quick to revive and then get back to the fight. And it just kept going and going and going. And, you know, you've already got a great front line with that Belric. You need to be able to activate it. So at least things change up. Solango or Red Giant say, you know what? Okay, we see the Rafaela. We're not going to go with that Matilda. We'll grab the Badang here. We get the Melissa. These are still really good 2 power picks, I feel like, in the first phase for SRG. Yumes, he's kind of known, like, I feel like he's known for this Badang pick, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way you would think. Right? But it is still a solid choice just because, again, you can kind of slow down some of that momentum. The fist crack, fist break combo is obviously great, and it should keep who you need to keep safe. Now, you're not going to be, you know, letting people fly around with you like Matilda, but at least, you know, you're that protector, but you can also set things up.
Yeah. And with the Badang and the Melissa pick here for SRG, I feel like they want to go aggressively against Aurora Gaming. At the same time, do you really want to? Because this is a Belric with a Rafaela. And the idea is that you fend off the early game. You fend off the early game rush coming out from SRG, which means that you will have a better mid-game compared to SRG with this composition. So, although I feel like SRG, they do have a good synergy between their 3 heroes with the Badang being picked up. I really like that idea. But Aurora Gaming have set themselves up for a good Claude game. And remember, Claude is not a hero that we favor in the meta right now. But with the Belric as well as the Rafaela, the Belric can be flexed to the EXP as well as the roam. Rafaela can be roam or mid, as we've seen before. They're making it so that they will be the ones to decide how can they move forward this Claude and with this Claude. And I feel like this Claude is going to have a good game nonetheless because of how much supporting there is from both the Belric as well as the Rafaela. So yeah, really good drafting here seeing from Aurora Gaming.
I wonder if TNZ is going to, since it's already the Nolan banned out, the Harley, Paquito as well, you know, these are all junglers that TNZ has played. I wonder if he'll play something new or if this is just, maybe he gives it a go. They just swap junglers, right? What if he ends up with the Fanny here? Or maybe like what we've seen previously where it's like the Leomord has popped up in the jungle now too. So because of choices wise, and you know you're up against a Hirata, like your common choices are gone.
Yeah. Go for the Ruby. They can go like Suyu, for example, maybe if there's no other choice. There are some other heroes that can be picked up, but yeah, I get what you mean. It's like you're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel right now if you are Aurora Gaming. At the same time, you know that you can actually make it work. And all due fairness, I think that TNZ can play so many heroes out there. So
yeah, I was gonna say his barrel is pretty deep, Wolf. You know, like you
yes,
gotta have a long arm to scrape the bottom of it. But that's one of the things that made TNZ such a prominent jungler and such a good jungler was that, you know, he surprised a lot of people. I remember when Harley wasn't even meta, and then he picked it up, right, and then he started playing it, and more people picked that up from there. So these last 2 picks will kind of, I feel like, put TNZ exactly where it needs to go. Oh, wow. The Edith, and then, of course, the Selena comes through. Oh, man. And then he goes the Balmond. Okay, he's going the Balmond. I wasn't expecting the Balmond, but this serves a purpose, man. You're all setting things up great here for your Claude, for Sigaboom.
Oh, that's interesting. Dark System, here we go. But the Edith...
Is Edith part of the Dark System? Wait, is she?
No.
Because she
not
hasn't
anymore.
been picked up much.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't before, but now it is. Think about it, like, especially. But it's like you're just they are waiting for Rosa to be level 4 this time. I think he will be able to reach that. It's making sure that he's always on top of Pagu, like always there to support his teammates right now. Gonna be able to get the Holy Baptism available, up and ready. Turtle not gonna be started by anyone yet. Cram will actually lose one or a few minions up top because of them staying in here. They're waiting for Uni to be available.
They're
gonna go for it. There's the stun, there's the knock-up. The arrow will not land. Aurora Gaming are still taking the objective, and they will. Look at the initiation coming up from them, but no follow-up. has to figure out Yumes doesn't have the ultimate. Cram now lifts up one. They do follow it up with a stun. They do have the chain, and Pagu goes down. By the way, Selena and Edith, this is a classic combo from a long time ago.
That's what I was getting to, you know, the layering of arrows, tossing people in the air with the onward, Earth Shatter combo. Like, there's so many multiple ways that SRG can combo. I'm just surprised again that they really couldn't find the opening there to go ahead and contest the turtle the way they wanted to. Aurora easily able to get it. There's an arrow though.
Gonna be moving forward there. But the Holy Baptism as well as some of the heals will make it so that SRG will not be moving forward again. It's an even game for now, with 1 kill going in favor of SRG, but the turtle into Aurora Gaming. Cram is low. Knockup is there. TNZ wants to chase. They do have the Rafaela soon. They can speed up this Baman. And that's what they're doing. Flicker in, coming out from Lunar. Cram is going to be safe. A flicker for a flicker. Cram will actually lose some of the minions again up top. He's not farming well, this Edith. Whereas for Aurora Gaming, they're taking this top lane turret.
Just want to take a moment to appreciate this new Ballman skin, by the way. This is part of the new Titan lineup. One of the first times that I've been seeing it. I know it just came out recently, so it's good to see. Ballman's there. Nice flicker burn. There's an arrow.
Oh, they go away, and they do have the stun to Yumes. They have so much firepower. 4 people just to invade. And they don't care. They can group up as 4. This is the way that they are going to protect this Claude. Take away the attention from SRG so that it will be a pure 1v1 in the bottom lane where Sigiboom can outplay his opponent. They're going to be very happy about this kind of laning configuration for Aurora Gaming, because now you're getting so much mileage out of the Rafaela as well as the Balmond. The early game is the meta game right now, Naisu, and it feels like the top teams are showing us why that is the case.
And right now, they're just going to trade objective for a buff. It's going to be another turtle. Second one going to the hands of Aurora Gaming. Uni was able to go ahead and take the purple, but you can see a play potentially looking to unfold here. They might pay attention now to this gold lane now that they're going to rotate down here. With that speed, Conceal is going to be used. I want to answer this. This might just be a disengage just because both teams see each other and they're like, nope, we're good. We don't want to overcommit just yet. Aurora Gaming did this in the last one. In game 1, they kept it relatively even across the board until all of a sudden they flipped the switch and then they just took things under control. I feel like that's where things are going, even for game 2 right now. For Selangor Red Giants, this is again why we were wondering, you know, how do you utilize this kind of lineup that you brought to the table? You're playing around arrows and walls right now, essentially. Cram has been pretty much delayed. I mean, he's tried if the flicker is up, if it's available, maybe something can happen, but right now it's just kind of a farming game for them. Oh no. Speaking of,
wow, the damage! Of course, that's a lethal counter, which will be an execution no matter how tanky you are. The flicker from Cram wasted. And now they still want to go for this buff. Uni stunned up and Uni dead! Look at this, kill squad coming up from Aurora Gaming. Oh,
you can't even primal wrath out of that. You just get dunked on with a lethal encounter. Man, Cram was gone in an instant, it felt like. And there's a big problem with this Ballman and the rest of Aurora Gaming right now. TNZ, what a difference, you know, of hero from going from the Hirara now to the Ballman, where you're basically spinning to win, shredding down some of that armor. And imagine, Wolf, we haven't even seen Sigiboom utilized yet. He's just been doing his thing, being in the gold lane, having the gold lane experience, sometimes double laning if you can. You know, we know that Claude needs some time to go ahead and build up that power spike, hit the 3 items. Hell, the rest of Aurora Gaming has completely allowed that to happen here.
For sure. They do want to get a chain stun onto Pagu, but Pagu just stands there. Very tanky tree. Aurora Gaming will not be contested in this turtle take there. Look, did you see how much damage the lethal counter with the Retribution can do?
I saw. It's very lethal, as they would say. You know,
is that like 40% HP that he's able to get?
Turtle didn't stand a chance, man. Turtle didn't stand a chance. I don't know. Maybe the Lord will do better because TNZ right now, there's going to be more Ballmans popping up in your ranked games. I'm sure after this, just like the Mias. Now everybody has an answer. Now that we've seen Hanabi and Mia in games of the future, people are like, it's, you know, it's all viable. Oh, purple buff.
Purple buff, Yume's taken again. This purple buff is officially Aurora Gaming's. It's no longer Uni's. It's no longer SRG. SRG right now, 75% of the map is Aurora Gaming's territory, and they're just trespassing. TNZ feels very confident, pops the retribution, forces some reactions right there. And when Uni puts himself into the purple buff of Aurora Gaming, he's not going to be able to find anything. Like, SRG are now fighting for scraps, essentially.
Yeah.
Against what Aurora Gaming is giving them.
That's one of the tough things to see. Again, oh, maybe there's a lockdown. Finally, we actually locked down TNZ. They had to stop the Ballman, and they do just that.
The Taunt, as well as the Wrath of the Dryad, taking out Stormy, and that will actually result into an Aurora Gaming push in the middle. They do have another stun. Yume's in trouble. Yume's low. Yume's out. Gonna go for a change here with Papago, but now they snag Innocent. Innocent does have Purify.
Oh, from the back.
Oh, from the back it goes Uni to take out Rosa. Really well done coming out from the Assassin, but all that just to fend off the attack from Aurora Gaming, who's now leading by 5,000 gold.
They got 5,000 gold up. Lord's going to be up here shortly. They are going to take this. Rosa will be up in 10. But here's, I guess, the caveat for SRG and everybody looking to see this go another game. At least you go ahead. Uni gets a couple kills, right? Starts to go ahead. I believe he has a Sky Piercer. If we could take a look. Yeah, he does. He's got one. Oh, they want to force this fight anyway.
They want to force this fight. Indeed, Lunar down. Damage from Innocent is enough. Cram is the sacrifice. But if that means that your gold laner will be able to take one and your jungler onto the orange side or the other side of the map, I think that's going to be worth it for Cram, but they do need a lot more like this.
Yeah, like I said, it was a little caveat. It was a little opening that SRG is going for. Now Innocent is starting to get locked in. He's got his Trinity. You know, Uni's a bit more of a threat. The difficult part is, again, looking for that either swing from the back, that opening that we've seen from Uni now a couple times. And honestly, the biggest person to do that is, if it's not an arrow, it's got to be Yume's here on the Badang. And that's why I was saying, you know, this is a hero he loves to play. They got to make it happen here.
Yeah, the stun connects out of the backlines. Rosa is low, but that is Rafaela to be able to heal up. As long as there's no elimination from SRG, no quick takedown of a hero, Aurora Gaming will be able to heal up. It's 10 minutes now. And for the longest time, SRG are just struggling. They're looking for the farm, and they're sharing some resources here in the middle. They are famished here, SRG. But if they hang on for a few more minutes, maybe there will be a time where the natural gold gained by their heroes through the defenses, as well as the ambient gold that you get, maybe that's going to be enough for them to get the items that they need to team fight against Aurora Gaming. It's all going to be a matter of, can they get to that point? Let's see. So Aurora Gaming pushing down here in the bottom lane. They do get it. And they're taking away some green camps from SRG.
Yep. It looks like they were happy with that, you know? Like, go grab some tier 2 turrets. They didn't necessarily have the Lord lined up probably the way that they wanted to, just with the way that SRG kind of fought with them, but that's fine. I think Aurora Gaming, again, maintaining a bit of a lead, getting two tier 2 turrets are fine. Now you're 50 seconds away from the next order. You're also going to go ahead and continue to keep them famished for SRG, but SRG, despite this all, Wolf, hasn't done a terrible job, right? I mean, they've kept things relatively, I would say, within a 2,000 to 3,000 gold range. It hasn't gotten out of control. I mean, the last game we saw, at one point it was almost 8,000 gold ahead. And that starts to be in the territory of, okay, this is really difficult for us to turn this fight around. Whereas now, as long as Innocent is protected and Uni is able to weave into these fights, you can actually still win a team fight with this composition that SRG has. That's one of the main things. And now a Wind of Nature is available here for Innocent. So that is going to be crucial to go ahead and deal when Siggy Boom comes in with that blazing duet here, of course. So this is an opportunity now for SRG to make something happen.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like they're within arm's reach at least. It's a long arm, but at the same time, there is a way for them. It's not impossible. It doesn't look impossible for them to get there. But then comes the zone out coming up from Aurora Gaming. Gonna be very tricky now. They do go for the conceal this time, but it's There is not much initiation yet. Uni comes in the fight. Already pops one iframe. Pagu is low, but it will be enough to zone out SRG to the point where they will get the lure. There will be one kill. Jump it from Cap. Damage from Prime. It's not gonna be enough. As they get dunked on. In comes the Blazing Do It. Yusi's compromise. Yusi's down. So is Stormy. And so is Innocent. The triple. 4. Siki Boom has been quietly farming. Now activated. Now showing what
Uni.
he is worth.
I don't know what Uni wanted to do, and it looks like Uni's going to go down too. He tries. He does dodge the lethal encounter, but he goes down anyway. Wolf, this might be it.
This might be it. This is how they fall. SRG with the triple coming up from Siki Boom. The placement coming up from Aurora. The early game lineup. The Balmond with the Rafaela. They will take the 3rd place match.
And Aurora Gaming does it in a sweep. In a fight I didn't expect to break out, they end up trapping the Giants in the jungle and get a massive team fight in their favor. Of course, they're going to celebrate this win here. Really dominant in this series. Once again, Aurora Gaming 2-0, a sweep for the 3rd place finish here at Games of the Future 2026. That'll set them up well with a $108,000 prize pool too for that one. So again, you know, this battle of thirds, it's some extra money in your pockets here, and it's great to see. Again, hopefully, you know, I wish we got the 3rd game. Unfortunately, we didn't. SRG, of course, it's been a long journey for them going from MSC to this point too. They've got some time to recover, hopefully, as all the teams complete here. We're going to be throwing it over to a quick break, though, before we go back to our panel.
Welcome aboard Air Astana. Our airplane flies into the realm of dreams. Relax as if at home, with satisfied reflection throughout your flight. You will rest and regain curiosity for new discoveries and encounters. After all, dreams are also part of the journey.
Get home internet and a smartphone for free with the Premium Family Plan.
Get ready for school with WB. WB, all you need for classes and breaks with try-on and payment on delivery.
And we are back here once again at beautiful Jekpejek Arena. We just witnessed to see 2-0 from Aurora Gaming. What an incredible performance from Aurora, coming back through toe-to-toe the team that actually beat them in the group stage.
Yeah, I mean, they did not give any chance to the SRT today.
Yeah,
Right?
and you guys know what? We have a perfect and a great guest here. Third time in a row, Pagu from Team Aurora Gaming. Hello once again, Pagu.
Congrats again.
Hello, how are you? How's everything?
Perfect.
Perfect?
Perfect, 2-0.
2-0. Honestly, very surprising. I personally didn't think that you guys gonna do 2-0 because the team SRG have won you guys in the group stage. Could you tell a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so initially after the first loss in the group stage, we kind of locked in a bit, fixed the draft and everything. Now we just 2-0 them, right?
Yeah. That was a payback, I believe.
Yeah, revenge.
that was definitely a payback. That was an incredible performance. I mean, this is the third place for you guys. First and foremost, congratulations. And secondly, I would like to acknowledge you and all your team of Aurora Gaming for being professionals. Why do I say that? Because, I mean, yesterday was a devastating loss, let's be real, and what was tilting. And I wanted to ask, many people are going to ask the same question. I thought you might be guys tilted because you guys aimed for being a champions of the tournament, right? You mentioned you want to do 3-0 against Onyx and to play against Onyx, but that's not the case now. Tell me a little bit more on the yesterday game and how you guys managed to fight against your tilt and be here now at the 2-0. I mean, that was quite easy, let's be real.
Yeah, you're right, we were like a bit disappointed at first, but also Bigatron is a very strong team, so the game was really tough. We played well, they played well. So we just acknowledged that they really played good that day. They had a good draft, good gameplay, right? So they won and they kind of deserve it. So we weren't really that tilt. Also, we know them, they are friends. We scream against them a lot. Well,
that's good.
Unfortunate for us, they won.
Yeah, I mean that's how all the time. That's pure professionalism, right? Yeah, I mean, even 100%. After the loss, I mean, you get back up. I mean, get things together, go as a fresh day for another day. But you swept it today. I mean, complete 2-0, clean one. And as you spoke about the draft plays, I mean, we were really, I would say, slightly shocked when TNZ went with the Barman for the second game. That was you had it in your pockets, or that was a quick decision that's made for the game too?
Yeah, so after loss yesterday, we managed to we change our mindset a little bit. Okay. Like, we don't hold back in draft, we just go all in, right? Okay. If we have an idea, right, we just go for it. So I feel like Balmon's perfect hero here. They cannot focus him, BANK cannot also like jump in him, gets punished easily, right? So you see that, I mean, TNZ just said, I want to play Balmont, and we just trust him, we just go, right? Yeah, and we win.
I mean, that proved right. Even when the barman showed up, everybody was like, really? But then it's they proved it. I mean, we can do it with the barman. Now, yeah, after yesterday's Mia pick by the other team, everybody is surprised. I think now you brought another one to the pack. I mean, barman. I mean, this is what the pro players do.
Yeah, I mean, also TNZ, always an outstanding performance by him all the time. I mean, he is always on top of the skill board. I mean, he's been killing everyone in this tournament. He's been always more than 10 kills. Yesterday wasn't so much so, but you know, you and Rosa, on the other hand, are at the back, let's put it that way, because you guys don't get that much kills, but you guys get always assists, and you guys make sure that TNZ have that game. I mean, that's just another acknowledgement towards you guys, because you guys are on the back, but you guys are always there. You are all the time. Make sure you guys get those kills that are necessary. I mean, once again, congratulations for making a top 3.
I mean, great play by the team. I mean, that's proper teamwork, that nobody's going for their own kills. And also, I believe that's kind of your core strategy as well, right? I mean, are you gonna go with whoever gets the kill, or you were already prepared, like, okay, we are gonna set up the positions and everything together, and this person's gonna go get the kills?
Yeah, right. So we had like 2 tanks, let's say, because Rafaela is a support, right?
Yes.
So when we pick that comp, TNZ is supposed to get the kills. If he gets the kills, it's easy game for us. Even if he dies, we just respawn. So it's kind of easy. He's meant to get those kills. If he gets them, GG.
Of course, of course. I mean, as long as you win the game, it's all that matters. And you nailed the 3rd position, I mean, in the tournament. Great work. I mean, one question. What did you find more appealing here in Astana, the weather or food?
In Astana?
Yeah.
Oh, the weather is so nice. Like, the air is so fresh in the morning. It's not too hot, right?
Yeah.
I like it personally. Yeah. The weather is nice.
Have you explored the food yet?
No, so far not. We mainly eat the hotel food or like the local restaurants. Yeah. But we don't want to try too much in tournament.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I mean, once again, now it's officially over for the you guys run in third place. Is there anything you would like to tell to the fans, to your teams, anybody maybe who have been also eliminated from you? I mean, you guys had the rough games. I mean, you guys played against Falcons. You guys had against the other teams. I mean, was really challenging. I could see in the games always three games that you guys were back to back. Like, can you just share your thoughts all throughout the process of at the Game of the Future?
Yeah, so throughout the GOTF, right, we met a lot of fans. I received a lot of like friendly messages, supporting messages. So I want to thank those fans, of course, right. There was never really a moment where we like, you know, felt bad or anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Because always there was someone supporting us, and I really want to appreciate it. So thank to all the fans, Aurora fans, right? Thank you guys.
Oh, no, that's 100%.
Yeah. Great game. I mean, great game. You have Pagu here for the third time. I mean, that's in itself is an achievement for us and the fans. I mean, you get treated with Pagu again and again. But again, good teamwork, we should say. I mean, everybody played, I mean, better than each other. There was nothing that tops. But great teamwork. Congratulations again. But even if it's not the finals, I mean, you got the third. You didn't back out. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And, you know, last one question. You've been always at the top of the roaming, ganking every time. I'm pretty sure you have a big tons of supports all throughout the world, and people want to be just like you. How to be for those younger generation, younger players, just to be like you?
How to be Pagu?
What could you suggest them to be at the same level as what you are doing right at the moment?
So the important factor is you either win or you learn, right? Whenever you lose, you just try to fix the mistake, try to make it better, fix some, let's say, communication, draft. There's always something you can do better, right? As long as you just keep improving over a long time, let's say, then you're going to be as strong or maybe better than me, who knows?
I mean, that's a perfect message. I mean, don't let the emotions get over the strategies. I mean, stay cool, stay calm, and then move on. But again, thank you so much for being with us. Great one. I mean, it's never the last tournament.
Thank you once again for your
one.
time, and we appreciate you so much. And good luck to you guys next tournaments. And thank you very much for coming here and just being nice. I mean, I mean it. That was Pagu from Team Aurora Gaming. Once again, thank you very much, Pagu. You can leave, and thank you once again for making this, giving us the interview. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That was Pagu from Aurora right there. Great performance, himself and also the full team. We are having the highlights right up on the screen right now. Let's go through the game once again, and because this is going to be this highlight is practically the last thing that we're going to see today for Aurora Gaming, because now we're going to be moving to the finals up next. What do you think about the last game? Let's look at it once more. This is 8th minute. We can see Aurora had a lead with 2 kills, and of course almost, I would say, 3k difference in the goals, right?
Yeah, I could agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I said to Pagu earlier, I personally was surprised seeing 2-0 from the Aurora game to Selangor, because once again, Selangor is the team that they actually lost to, right? Selangor is the team that won 2-0, and I thought it would be a very challenging game for Aurora Gaming, especially after devastating loss from the yesterday. But I mean, today they're fresh. Today they're completely different, as he was saying earlier, right? They changed the draft against the Selangor, and also they changed, like, they had whatever idea they had, TNZ asking his hero, and he's getting his hero and making sure the team is getting those kills for TNZ, making sure his game is enabled to make sure that he can do whatever he would like to do on his game.
That's true.
And one more thing before I give you for a word, it's like Pagu and Rosa again, once again, 10 assists, 8 assists, making sure the team is getting those kills. I mean, Sigibam always also getting this amazing triple kill at the late stage of the game. I mean, just incredible performance overall from the whole Aurora Gaming.
I mean, great performance. We got the stats on the screen, just like Steel said, as we can see a lot of assists. I mean, assists are as important as the kills for a team overall. So great performance. Let's not forget, Selangor also did put up a good fight, but unfortunately, as Steelwork always says, there can be only one winner after a game. So it is what it is. But a great performance by both the teams. At the end of the day, Aurora Gaming took the 3rd place. We can see Sigibam with 6 kills. Pagu, Rosa, TNZ, and Luna, everyone played their roles really well. and TNZ with 6 assists and 3 kills, good performances. And look at Rosa, 10 assists. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, as always, I take a look at Rosa. I mean, this time Lunar as well. But whenever I take a look at the scoreboards, I see Rosa and Pago are always on top of the assist, whereas the TNZ is like machine, unstoppable machine, with the 10 kills, 17, 18 kills, and sometimes getting less than 5 kills. And surprising, and when we get to see that, it's not that normal, I would say. But what is normal is our general partner, which is Freedom. Would like to appreciate Freedom very much because you guys are hosting and sponsoring this event. Without you, this all beautiful event would have not been happening, and we just appreciate you so much, so that you making this tournament possible.
Yeah. I mean, the first map we saw TNZ playing with Hirara, really good performance. And when it came to the second map drafting, I mean, actually SRG grabbed the Hirara. So I was like, TNZ, okay, what they're gonna go for? And TNZ came up with a really big surprise, the Barman. But I mean, they did it. They did it. Whatever they got in their hand, they did. They took the 3rd prize. We got the stats of Lunar and Cram up there on the screen. As you can see, I mean, great performance both the teams. I mean, nevertheless, where damage taken has a slight difference, not much, right?
Yeah, damage and hero damage and damage taken is not that much difference, but the KDA is a lot of difference. We can see 11-0 to 1-0 for the Kerama, and Lunar has 11-0. I mean, he has a enormous amount of assists, and he has a little bit of kills, but he's been also helping make sure that Sigubom and that TNZ have their good games, and making sure that he'll be in the back end along with Rosa and along with with the Pago.
Very true. And let's not forget Sven. Big shout out to Sven for being one of the partners. I mean, they're doing something really cool. They're gifting all the finalists of Games of the Future. Today's literally the last day, so we are seeing a lot of finals today, and everybody gets something really good in terms of the audio equipments from Sven. So big shout out to Sven for doing this incredible stuff of gifting the players with something. So it's everybody walks out with something. Thank you so much. And the MVP is right on the screen. Sigibam once again. I mean, he's I don't know if it's the 4th MVP in the last 3 days. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, Sigibam is always on the top. I don't reckon TNZ that much, but Sigibam is always there because he's always taking that initiative, taking those moments of being making sure TNZ have a great game. And I mean, we see 70% of kill participation, 6 kills and 3 assists, almost 900 of GPM, and overall, like, a beautiful triple kill at the end of the game that was made by him.
Yeah, I mean, great game, great players. I mean, great performances by everyone for the 3rd place. But at the end of the day, Aurora takes it. So we leave it at that. But this is going to be next up. We're going to be having the finals up next very soon. We're gonna be waiting for that. Everyone's waiting for that. But yeah, let's also look at next up. We got Bigatron and Onyx up next. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, before that, I would like to mention about our another partners, the Results Integrations. And we'd like to appreciate them for making sure that our events are being clean and smooth. And we'd like to appreciate them so much so. And moving forward, like you were mentioning before, you were saying about the next team.
Yeah.
But let's hold on into it. Let's acknowledge a little bit more of the team Selangor Red Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled it through. They had a rough game against Onyx, and the second round they're facing off another monsters. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They're playing against Aurora Gaming, which was actually really challenging for them. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be 3 maps. I thought actually Selangor is going to win because they won in the group stage, and they won in the group stage very confidently. They got a 2-0 from Aurora.
Yeah.
So,
great game, I should say. Both the playing teams, I mean, they've been playing against really big giants so far, both the teams, and then they fought their way up to this semifinals and then to the final day, but for the 3rd place, and Aurora, of course, grabbed it. And we are all waiting for the big game. And what's special about the grand finals is, I mean, apart from we've been having best of 3 so far, and now we are in for a treat because that's going to be a best of 5 coming up, which means we're going to be possibly having 5 games. We cannot really guarantee that. It depends on the performances. And also looking at Onyx, I mean, they've been unbeatable so far. They are going non-stop so far up until even the semifinals, because semifinals they grabbed it clean at 2-0 again. I thought that's going to be a third game, but nope, they were like, no, we are not losing in this tournament, and we are yet to find out if they're going to have a lose for the upcoming finals.
100%. I mean, as you were saying, as I was saying earlier, the team of Onyx, they haven't been undefeatable for entire tournament. I'm very, if I would be in under Bigatron by Vitality shoes, I would be very not scared, but I would acknowledge their because this is the team that they have been there always, and I mean they are defending the defending champions again, and we'll definitely see how they do. And making sure, I would like to mention to you guys our official website for the tournament, which is astana2026.gofuture.games. Make sure to check it out and check all the announcements, everything that to keep in track of with our beautiful Game of the Future tournament.
Of course.
Moving forward, I mean, Team Selangor.
Yeah.
We got Uni before. Yesterday, he was saying that he would be excited and to see anyone, but sadly, I see they couldn't do well. I mean, against the team Aurora Gaming, but Aurora Gaming, they looked fantastic for the entire series.
They did indeed. I mean, let's take a quick look at what the performances yesterday at the semifinals by Onyx and, of course, Bigatron. They both came up to the finals now. Onyx had as we said before, it had a 2-0 win yesterday against DFYG, I would say. And we are yet to find out what's going to happen up next. But just before that, let's take a look at the teams. And we have a cool video to showcase the teams and get to know them better. Let's take a look.
Here we are at the Games of the Future, coming to you live with the freshest and most exclusive interview material. We had asked our Mobile Legends Bang Bang finalists about their previous matches, experience with the tournament, and their feelings about how everything is going so far. Selangor Red Giants, Onyx, Aurora Gaming, and Bigatron by Vitality made it to the semifinals. And now we will ask the two teams about their thoughts. Let's take a closer look. What was your key moment of the match?
I think the key from our draft, I think. Yeah.
Did today's game go according to your plan?
Yeah, it's according to our plan from the strategy that we want to play and our hero also. Yeah, it's according to our plan.
What motivates you during high-pressure moments?
On the second game, because on the early game we struggle a little bit, but yeah, we still make it.
What did you learn from today's match?
The things that I can learn, maybe on the first game I got picked off at the early game. I think I can learn that I can respect my enemy a little bit more.
What can you say to your fans?
For my fans, thank you for supporting us, and hope you guys can still supporting us till the grand final.
How does this victory feel to you?
It feels nice, and we're still looking forward to our matches tomorrow.
What was the key moment of this match?